Thank you, Max. ACI is in very capable hands with your leadership. We were in the green room earlier and preparing for coming out here, and we have our tech-savvy keynote speaker you'll hear from in a few minutes. And we're sitting here talking about our presentations, and as Max talks about technology, I think we need to get him up to speed. He's reading off of these little clip notes. We'll work on you, Max. Technology. Well, serving as chair of ACI North America has been an honor and a pleasure. It's amazing how quickly the time has passed and how much we've accomplished. I also understand that there's much more yet to be done. 2010 was a challenging year for airports throughout North America. While passenger and cargo traffic is recovering, many airports still face reduced flights and challenging economies. Airline consolidation, we just heard this morning in the news, Southwest and AirTran. Consolidation in the public and congressional discontent about the proliferation of fees continues, putting airport managers on the front line to explain these trends to their communities. Airline pressure to increase airport efficiencies and reduce costs continue, and airport managers understand the importance of remaining competitive to retain and/or hopefully expand service options for our passengers. These are indeed daunting challenges, but there is no greater responsibility than ensuring the safety and security of our passengers. The attempted bombing of Northwest Flight 253 on December 25th, 2009, as well as the recent report from the leaders of the 9/11 Commission, validate that aviation remains the top target for terrorists and serves as a stark reminder of this important and critical responsibility. We have worked hard to make sure airports are at the table when decisions are made by the Department of Homeland Security, Transportation Security Administration, and airlines to further strengthen the aviation security system to address the ever-changing threat. Making sure airports were involved early in the development and deployment of aviation technology imaging equipment is beginning to pay off. ACI had urged DHS and TSA to consider the impact of the installation and use of AIT technology on airport operations, and we were pleased that Secretary Napolitano created a TSA working group to evaluate throughput, space, and cost considerations. As a result of our efforts, TSA now conducts site inspections with local airport representatives early on in the process. TSA has deployed about 200 machines at 50 airports where there is adequate space for installation. However, TSA expects to install another 250 machines at U.S. airports, with many of the future installations requiring facility modifications at the airport checkpoint. This is going to be challenging. But the U.S. is not alone in addressing the issues related to the installation of AIT equipment. Airports in Canada are also dealing with this new technology for passenger screening. Transport Canada has installed 31 full-body scanners at 15 Canadian airports, and 13 more are expected to be added in the coming weeks. Might also note that there's also been limited installations at airports in several European countries. A whole range of security issues, including AIT installation, privacy issues, harmonization of security procedures, transportations of liquids, aerosols, and gels, and the ever-increasing cost associated with security mandates for airports were discussed yesterday at a joint board of directors meeting of ACI North America and ACI Europe. It was great to have the TSA Administrator Pistol, CATSA CEO McGarr, and EC Director of Air Transport Keeha in Pittsburgh for face-to-face, candid conversations and discussions with the men and women running the world's leading airports. Air travelers throughout the globe expect both effective security and efficient customer service in the passenger and baggage screening process. Increased cooperation and coordination between airports and government security agencies is critical if airports are to succeed in meeting our customers' expectations. Airports must also continue to plan for the eventual return of passenger traffic. Earlier this year, the FAA revised their forecast, noting that 1 billion people will take to the sky by 2021, and airports need to be prepared by making the necessary infrastructure investments to prepare for this 25% growth in passenger activity. We all know that constructing airside and landside improvements do not happen overnight. In fact, these projects take many years, if not decades, to design, finance, and build. That is why ensuring that airports have the necessary financial resources to ensure infrastructure development is so critical. ACI-NA remains focused on making permanent the AMT penalty relief, along with focusing on securing an increase in the passenger facility charge user fee. I have represented airports at many congressional meetings this past year where we've made our case on these issues. While I believe there is an understanding of the importance of investing in airport infrastructure, politics continue to get in the way of renewal of the FAA authorization. I ask all of you to continue to educate your policymakers at all levels of government about the importance of modernizing airports, not only to meet future passenger and cargo traffic, but also in increasing jobs and stimulating the economy of communities throughout North America. I am proud of what we have accomplished this year, and I'm proud to have led the ACI-NA team. I'll have more to say in reflection about the past year at the Honors Luncheon on Wednesday. But for now, I want to thank you again for your efforts to increase airport security and safety and to address the needs of passengers and shippers in the United States and Canada. While much remains to be done, I am confident that by working together, we will succeed. Meeting the air service needs of their community has been a focus of our host, the Allegheny County Airport Authority and Pittsburgh International Airport, for many years. It is my pleasure to introduce their Executive Director, Brad Penrod. Brad?